and welcome to the NXT review. We are the Dudley Boys of What Culture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett and Michael Sidgwick here to review everything that happened on last night's episode of NXT. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review the show formerly known as NXT 2.0, someone that raw. From SmackDown, AEW, Dynamite, AEW, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a very good quiz, of course, on wrestle culture. As I said, they're joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to review last night's NXT Showdown.
They say that there are no real winners in a war. And I would say last night, across the board, there was evidence of that in the wrestling world. Because the real war between NXT and AEW produces zero good wrestling shows, and the fictional war between NXT and TNA completed the single worst invasion storyline in pro wrestling history, and I include the one that killed the business in 2001. I predicted it because I've watched TNA enough in my past to know that ultimately one of the fundamental rules of pro wrestling is that TNA ruins everything. And I said it in 2024, and I've been proven correct. The Sixers are ruining NXT, and they have. Conclusive evidence that they have done it. They have ruined it. But what's great is that we can just put all this behind us. We've had Showdown. Mm-hmm. It's done. Mm-hmm. It's dusted. Mm-hmm. And now there'll be no more of this Sixers just turn up and having random interpromotional matches for no good reason. Whew. Thank God. If nothing else, at least we've got that sense of finality. You like that when you watch your wrestling shows. A nice sense of finality. Done and dusted.
Matt Cardone is on the show next week.
Oh, hell.
What's he doing? Is he paying for his ticket, or is it...
He's getting what he wants, isn't he?
He's working Josh Briggs.
He's getting Josh Briggs. He hid behind a door and got Josh Briggs.
He is... the show sucked, mate. I mean, it does every week, so that goes without saying.
Disagree.
It was... I'm just going to say it one more time. It is the worst premise for an invasion ever. They're meant to have... the whole point of a war, and this is a war, even though they said it isn't a war, but it's a war. Just crap WWE synonyms of invasion, war. It's an interpromotional war.
Showcase, but okay.
The whole...
Showdown?
It was a showcase for Showdown, yeah.
Yeah.
The Showcase Showdown.
Yeah,
but then
so
they've already done a
the
showcase. We're on
thing-
the Showdown now.
Yeah, but the
price
only
is
thing I
right.
liked about Invasion was the font, as I've mentioned before.
You did, yeah, you were clear about that.
Like, look at all the wars throughout history, right? All of the tragic wars, the horrific wars, the world-changing wars throughout history, the death toll, the psyches of nations completely and utterly just destroyed, and they have to be rebuilt. Like, awful stuff that the existence and continued existence, relentless existence of war, you could argue, indicts us as a species and will do forever. Okay? Yeah? Right. Did any one of those wars start because, like, just the two countries agreed with each other and just thought, I really like you? No. It's not how it happens. And yet, TNA has spent most of its existence, certainly the last however many years of its existence, just being sub-WWE.
The bad matches had botches and resulted in plot holes. That's rock bottom TV wrestling.
You meant isn't the whole point, right, of an interpromotional rivalry, Adam Wilbourn, right?
Put more of a showcase than a rivalry, but yeah.
It's a showdown. What, you don't have a showdown between mates?
Just showcasing
No, we're showcasing the showdown. You don't have a showdown.
Yeah, well, it was 4 matches. Let's see who emerges victorious as we go through.
That's good. We'll know that by the end of it.
All right, Billy, how's it going? Yeah, all right, yeah. They're indoors. How's it going? Yeah. I mean, it's meant to be 5 o'clock, but I'm not doing that. I can get out at 3. Yeah. So let's go to the pub for a showdown. Has that ever happened? That's
what we're calling pints forever now.
think you two are a bit
It's a showdown. It isn't a
showdown.
friendly thing, is it?
It's a showdown of the showcasing of the finest wrestlers in both companies.
Because I've just elaborated via analogy in Cockney accent. A showdown is not friendly.
It's a competitive rivalry. Yeah.
It's a rubbish one. Okay.
I think you two.
Okay, in a competitive rivalry, right? So it's not like a derby, you're saying. It's not like a war.
No, it's more friendly than that.
Okay, well, Premier League teams who've got no real like history between one another, no animosity, right? Okay, they nonetheless have to, play each other and want to win. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who Newcastle not got any real tension with? Newcastle versus Burnley. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No real history there. Don't care about the other team, but it's a showdown. So you want to win the game.
But it's a pre-season friendly. It's more of a showcase. It's pre-season friendly. Because,
So why am I watching then if there's no
because
stakes?
it's just a showcase of the number 1 and the number 2 wrestling promotions in the country, showcasing their finest talents.
Right, okay. Oh, right, okay. Well, that's what I was actually leading you down the path. Finest talents.
Yeah.
The finest.
Yeah.
The best of the best.
Oh, absolutely.
So why is there so many botches?
Well, it's developmental, mate, so, they're working on it.
Well, TNA's not developmental. It's a number 2 promotion.
I know, well, that's
and
why
has been for 20 years.
That's why they're working.
Is that not long enough to get good and not botchy?
No, that's the reason they're working with NXT, so they can develop their talent.
You, man.
I think you two are a bit down on this show. I'm looking elsewhere, and the 2 grumpy draws, as always, on this podcast are down on it. 411 Mania gave an 8 out of 10. Jesus
they give everything an 8 out of 10.
They also gave
Let's just say it out loud.
Yeah, they gave Dynamite an 8 out of 10, so that tells you what you need to know about that. But we'll look at the ups and downs vote for this show on, what's this? What Culture Wrestling? What did you think of tonight's NXT? 78% up.
What did they say about AEW?
73% up, so...
So hang on, wait a minute.
Awful. You are awful.
Does that not also say everything we need to know about that?
Maybe you should like wrestling more, mate.
I should just like wrestling more.
Just chill out, man. Enjoy it. Not so serious.
Don't have a cow, mate.
Why don't you chill out on Wednesdays, Thursday mornings?
I do. I'm just, let it wash over me. Crap that it is. Right, let's dive into... It's all right. It does well for itself.
Oh, my God.
I'll say this, right, because your matches stunk. This reminded me, if I'm going to be generous...
Hang on, let's read the Wrestling Observer write-up for this show. Pay-per-view quality stuff from all 4 matches on the card. Not my words, the words of Wrestling Observer.
Dark State versus the Hardys. What pay-per-view is that?
Dave Meltzer clearly writing pay-per-view quality.
Great American Bash 2004. It's worthy of that pay-per-view. Yeah.
Not my words, the words of Wrestling Observer. So,
yeah, but...
Ever in the history of this podcast, have you brought media clippings to a podcast?
I just knew you two would bloody moan about it, as you always do.
Prepared it. He's like a lawyer. He's got a defense.
No, do you remember, when ECW got that one night on Raw in the Manhattan Center because half the crew were in Germany? And
97, yeah.
Did this show suck without ECW or what? And then...
did this show suck without ECW or what?
And then it turned out this show sucked with ECW because Sabu fell off the R and the matches stunk. But
good stuff.
But it existed to promote Barely Legal, and
I'm intrigued. What's this?
Well, you see, that's what many Fed fans were saying because they were like, I'm confused but interested, and maybe
the name rings a bell. Go on.
Yeah, maybe just maybe. Just like in 1997, people tuned in and said, "Who the f*** are the Dudley Boys?" and then bought a pay-per-view off it. So here in 2025, maybe history has repeated itself.
One final table.
Well,
yeah, have you seen?
I love
tell the public what you're referring to there.
Yeah, the name for the Bound for Glory match this weekend between the Hardys and the Dudley Boys is One Final Table. And as I think it was Mr. Phoenix said to us, nothing ever has come out badly when it's been named One Final something.
And as I said to you, because ignore him, it sounds like you've come up with, is that for whatever reason, for whatever godly reason, ungodly reason, they've went, you know who could really come up with a good name for this? Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture Wrestling. And you've just spent all of 2 minutes thinking about it, right? Okay, well...
What are they known for?
What are they known for? the last time that about one final table.
It's like a quiz that I've written.
One final quiz.
Yeah.
It's all about the history of table matches.
I haven't got time. I've got a few days. Anyway, let's get into
That's
it.
wrestle culture sorted then.
I'm not here on Friday.
Again.
Oh no, we were going to do a full preview of Bound for Glory.
Oh, no. But let's get into Showdown, the showcase.
Saturday or Sunday?
Who cares?
Sunday.
No, I'm gonna.
Sunday. Because, of course, Crown Jewel is Saturday.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't clash.
Come on.
I'm gonna.
WWE do not counter program.
I might watch this tables match spoiler free on Monday morning. I mean,
Busy day on Monday.
I'm not being funny. Like, there's an argument to be made. It's an incredibly reckless thing to do.
I can't. Yeah, I kind of want to see.
It's got that macabre appeal.
Yeah, like at this point, putting Devon Dudley through a table is a bit like Bubba Ray putting Mae Young through a table in terms of the physical well-being of the person taking the dangerous bump. Yeah, maybe the show is effective. Maybe I want to watch that now.
Everyone's looking forward to Monday, especially because we'll be doing a live stream reactions for Monday Now from Perth. Of course.
All the fallout from Crown Jewel. None of the discussion
We
about
don't have time to do it on a preview. We will be doing a Crown
I'm
Jewel
actually
review.
interested in this live stream of Raw.
Yeah.
I want to see how you two react.
Honestly, as always.
You know, like with your like levels of enthusiasm, and I get to chew
Get some
you out.
pop in.
Get to chew you out in the moment.
Popping snacks and that.
Oh, yeah. Should we get some treats in?
If we're going to expense them.
Probably
Yes,
not.
let's just say
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Also, I'm intrigued to watch. You have to watch it at single speed. That'll be
Drink it in.
interesting. Yeah.
Shut up, man. I'll watch it at single speed.
No, because you're a professional.
Thank you. Thanks.
You hate yourself enough to just watch it on one and slap yourself.
I just can't do this
Yeah.
double speed
No,
because
I'm
you
with
get
there.
tricked.
I agree.
I can't. Well, my brain just doesn't like it for one, and two, you don't get tricked into thinking it's like more exciting than it is.
No, just do what I do and like watch it 2-3 times across the week. Watch it fast for the review purposes, and then in your own spare time, watch it at like single speed.
Half speed
do
to
you mean,
balance
what's
it
the
out.
Half
effectively.
speed to balance
What's
out.
the third time for? Do you actually watch Raw again?
No, I'm just messing.
This week you should.
Yeah, I've watched bits of this week's again. I watched some of it again last night. Like, watched a bit of it on the train. And I was like, I think I might show the kids that actually. And then, but you know,
I hate this excuse you've got now.
I know, yeah.
A wholesome bonding time with your family.
quite nice. Looking forward to Crown Jewel at the weekend for the same reason.
What time is it on? UK time?
1 p.m. I think.
Well, let's not start this again.
Ish. 1-2 ish. A good time. A good time for what like.
Saturday.
Yeah, in the afternoon. It's a perfect with like no football on the weekend as well.
Oh, yeah, no
stupid
footy.
national breaks. It's like
Tomorrow is England.
Premier League's taking a break for Crown Jewel, which is good of them.
I think England's maybe Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, is
next
it?
week. Yeah,
Oh, am I going to D?
What's Crown
Wales
Jewel?
tonight.
No.
I think it was.
I watch that when I have to. When I'm up too early. Oh, let's get this out of
Well,
the
we're
way.
reviewing it on Monday, and it'll be brilliant. So you know, your Saturday will be good.
I'm not gonna Anyway, let's talk about this rubbish.
Seth and Cody, all the marbles.
No marbles, though.
biggest giant marvel.
Yeah, Marvel. What's that?
You get more cinema.
So the show starts with a champion versus champion match, ironically. Title for title, winner take all. Dark State from NXT.
This match was brilliant.
This was an absolute state.
The Hardys from TNA with, as you mentioned, the Dudley Boys watching alongside TNA President Carlos Silva.
Nice to even have a trip out.
I'm taller than him. Just an observation.
Him and Shawn Michaels like chatting backstage. He was like, I've missed you, Jose. So, work together.
To make of the Hardys in all white.
It's weird. Like, I should have loved this, but I just got the vibes out of them, and instead it was like as they continue to hobble out to that
Is that
music.
Jim Ross doing? Jim Ross could probably go more than these two at this rate.
I need Jim Ross to
Honestly,
call that
Matt
table
Hardy.
to
Matt
actually
Hardy is well aptly named in 2016. Put it that way.
Dog State jumps them pre-match.
They need to get Michael Cole back to apologise for the quality of the match, like they did that time they had the broken one.
Yeah, it was obnoxious.
For every Hardy's match, we apologise in advance for this obnoxious presentation. Just straight up tag.
Dark State numbers game, jumping before the match, and then the ref sends Cutler James and Saquon Sugars to the backs, Dion Lennox and Osiris Griffin representing Dark State. Hardys dominate early after that. There's a poetry in motion clothesline, but Griffin gets a cheap shot in. There's an attempt at a double team from Dark State that doesn't quite go to plan. I think the plan was, they meant to both punch Jeff Hardy and then hit him with a leg drop.
Yeah.
One of them forgot to punch him and then started Morris dancing before missing a leg drop.
Yeah. Which Jeff Hardy sold.
Yes.
Didn't quite get all of it.
He got none of it, and Jeff Hardy went, oh, mate.
Who was it? Oh, it was Jinder, wasn't it? Was it Whisper in the Wind?
Oh, God, yeah.
Jeff just flew past him and he's like, speaking of wind, whoa.
I saw this spot, this missed leg drop, and I howled and I nearly cried laughing.
That's what this is. It just always provides entertainment. Matt Hardy comes in, goes for a twist of fate, but Lennox has got a blind tag, comes in and takes him down before we go to a break. When we come back, they're in control on Jeff Hardy. But Jeff fights up, hits a Whisper in the Wind, takes them both down. Hits them both of them. Hot tag to Matt Hardy, who hits a DDT of his own. And then, I'm sure Sidge loved this. What he did right is he got his face, Lennox's, slammed his face in the turnbuckle. But every time he did it, he said delete, because that's his catchphrase.
What was that? Who's the name of that streamer that we watched? Where like the Hardys.
Is it Kai Cenat?
Might be. There was like a.
You see this? Oh, you'll love this.
I'll find the clip if I still can. It was posted on Reddit.
What are you on there for?
I can't remember why actually, but like there was streamers
on a work computer.
Yeah, it was like these streamers were like playing that like various wrestling themes, and they play the Hardy Boys music, and presumably some of it must be set up, but they seem genuinely thrilled. Like they're playing the Hardy Boys music, and then the Hardy Boys appear. Like they walk in the room.
Yeah, he's in this like massive room because he's minted, obviously.
And the Hardy Boys walk in, and like the majority, maybe one of them knew, but the majority of them pop daft. They did not know the Hardy Boys are turning up, right? And all of them just get up and they're going, and Matt and Jeff walk in, and Jeff's giving it all that, and Matt's going, delete, and they're all just going, so like Matt just like parks that straight away, and he goes, the one there, and they're all just going, and then like, so
you need to see
there's
this.
like this big group of like 6 or 7 people, and like Jeff's there and Matt's there, and then they're like they all form an orderly line to meet Jeff, and then Matt's like, will you high-five me? It's like, it's Jeff. Who's he brought?
Jeff and who my Juby?
It's Jeff and his mate.
You can't look at him.
So Matt hits a plot twist on Lennox. Griffin breaks up the pin. They hit a double slam on Matt Hardy, but Jeff breaks that up. Matt gets put up on Osiris' shoulders, but fights off before they can hit a doomsday device.
I mean, he almost broke his neck.
He hit a twist of fate on
should probably
Lennox.
mention that he almost broke his neck.
One on Griffin, tags in Jeff, Swanton Bomb, 1, 2, 3, new NXT tag champs.
So this was really, really bad. Like, expose the business bad. The act that...
All right, Undertaker.
have just started... Well, we don't... We don't normally pick on botches, do we?
No. But we should, but he's
destroyed the match. Destroyed it. Like, it was pretty embarrassing to watch. And Dark State have been...
Not for me, I liked it.
Dark State have sort of been... The pivot to patter, and it's worked a bit. And that's, like, forget about that now, because people just remember this atrocity. The Hardy Boys are the dual tag team champions, or they lose them to the Dudleys. Yeah. Right? But it means that we're going to get either the Hardys or the Dudleys back on NXT defending the tag titles. Yeah. I mean, I would consider this a multifarious...
in the way I could see it.
Unpress.
Not how that works.
It's like a multifarious worst case scenario, I would say. Hell of an opener.
So you had a goose green tag team who ain't getting any better at all, and yet they're the champions, against a team so fossilized that they are unable to carry them. Disaster ensues. Laughable. The botches and miscues ranged from laughable to, oh God, someone could have really got badly hit there. So the full gamut. And Matt Hardy's punches, he is like legitimately, and I mean this sincerely, not, and hopefully you laugh, I'm not really saying it for comic effect in an exaggeration. You take a Hasbro, what did they give us a Hasbro where only the arms move?
Oh, It was like a purple Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Just those that like, yeah. And
Yeah, that's
they were
Matt
controlled
Hardy.
by the soles of the feet. It was a poor design.
Yeah, that's Matt Hardy. He stands there when he's in a punching, like, let's punch each other at the start of the match or whatever. Just stands there like that. The guy is a statue. The guy can barely move. It is the same old Hardy Boys routine. Jeff, I get. I never liked him, really. He's never been my guy. I know you're a Jeffer.
Yeah, situational Jeffer.
I'm not a Jeffer at all, but I can understand the appeal.
He was money as well.
He was money.
That means something.
Yeah. It's 2025.
Yeah.
Like, grow up. I'm sorry. I will stop swearing. I know I've done a lot.
24 on the Dynamite preview today.
Deserved it. So, grow up. It's one of those. I've been to a wrestling show. I get it. I've been to several. Privileged enough to go to some big ones, right? I get it. There are people that you see live who don't really. Yeah, you could care less if you see them on telly, right? You go live. It's different. There's energy in the building. You want to have fun, so you might react to certain. Like, I remember before he ruined everything, Jack Perry on the All In 2023 undercard. I think his heel turn's rubbish on TV. Rubbish. But you're flipping me the bird, personally, live? No. So I get it. It's 2025 with the Hardy Boys. Stop it. Stop encouraging them. It's like children.
Yeah. And they're not
acting out if they get a little pop. What do they offer you other than they used to be good? They're awful now. My Hardy can barely move. My Hardy is an Meister General. Matt Hardy's entire energy is awful, right? They just do the same thing they used to do years and years and years and years and years ago, but worse, significantly so. I just don't know what people. People need to grow up. The amount of bloody grown-ups you see with the minds of like their own teenage selves. Oh, my inner child. What about your outer adult? Do you know what I mean? What about your outer adult?
I couldn't agree more with this take. Brackets general. You are speaking to my soul here, Sidgwick.
You'd never get none of that on this podcast either, would you?
No.
You're all act your age all the time.
Yeah.
All day, every day. I respect that
just
about you.
you need.
That's fair.
My inner child just loves Jeff. What about your outer adult? You've got kids. Stop making a fool of yourself. Stop encouraging them to.
I also would say with the Hardys, it's not like
This match was a joke.
it's not like they're presented as codgers, really.
No.
Like having one last run. It's like, well, the best tag team in the world are here. Like, what? What? Like,
It's the only belts they've never won.
Right.
They did it for that.
This was the one compliment I was going to pay.
I've got to say, I was very happy with the conclusion of this match. So
The inclusion of it. What about the content?
the conclusion of it.
What about the content?
I think you could have tightened elements of this match up.
Of course you could.
But I thought it was a delicious finish. So, your thoughts?
Vic and Booker's latest row reminded me of you.
What do you mean delicious finish?
You want to explain
What?
why this was such a delicious finish to this match?
Yeah, because Wilbourn won a good breeze bet off me.
Right, okay.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Because I thought,
What was
like,
it flavour? Don't say peppermint.
Peppermint.
Ah.
Yeah, I was astonished when you picked Dark State to win this.
I don't know. I just thought like the Hardys might not beat two sets of NXT tag team champions in the same calendar year, but I was wrong.
Have they
Which
done
was
it?
the better match, do you reckon?
Fraxing by a whisker.
Yeah.
Have they done this so they've got one more title than the Dudleys for a little build?
Very possibly. The little build to the little match. Maybe. I'd need to double check the records. But like
the Hardys never won the IWGP, did they?
no, but the Dudleys never won the NXT unless they beat them at Bound for Glory. No,
So I could say between them they've won the lot.
but you know who else didn't win all these titles? The row on commentary where Vic Joseph was obviously just being instructed to get across. By winning this match, this confirms them as the GOATs. You can say what you want, can't you? Like, they've won the most titles. Like, and then Booker going, no, because obviously he's sensitive about Harlem Heat. Like,
Of course,
sort
yeah.
of catching strays. And But it's a workbook. Come on. But then by the end, because he's so sick of Booker disagreeing, he does a he's like, well, I think you find they've just won the belts. They're definitely the GOAT. Shut up, Booker T. Like, kicking off. I believe I've won my argument with facts.
This is horrendous. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Not for the right reasons, mind you. This was horrendous.
Then we got our first...
So this industry's in the bin.
I mean, judging by the ratings, yeah, I can't deny that. We got our first elimination match of the evening. It was Team NXT versus Team TNA. Team TNA being, of course, TNA Knockouts champion Kalani Jordan, Mara Sade, and the former Iconics. So good to see them back. Versus Team NXT, that was Lola Vice, Jada Parker, Sol Ruka, and the NXT Women's Champion. Not to be mistaken by the woman who debuted on AEW Dynamite. This one, of course, is called JC Jane.
No.
She's T-mood. She's T-mood herself. She has.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace, special guest referee, by the way.
Yes. Oh, not her fault, Jordan Grace is really, nor Joe Hendry's later on, but they contributed to the messes.
Yeah, they could have practiced.
Yep.
Like Jordan Grace's covers in this match. Like she's just lying on her side. It looks like she was doing a butterfly stroke.
1, 2. It's not the finish yet. So this hand ain't going nowhere.
Depends who you ask if it's the
just
finish.
a form. Should goes to sleep, lying on her side, doing the alarm clock. Just hopeless.
You had a
It depends who you ask if it was the finish or not. Because some announcers thought it might have been the finish before it was the finish.
Yeah. You had a take years ago that just as the bell rung in this match, it just popped back into my head again, and it was back when we would cover the Iconics in WWE.
What?
You once said...
Be born earlier?
No. You once said... Billy Kay is allergic to bumping.
Yes!
And I couldn't not watch for it, and it's still true.
Yeah, she's got bumped.
She's like 10 years in, and it's like, well, I'm not taking a bump now. I think I can get through the entire career. That like random splash she does it is that, like just sort of like almost like uses the body to catch her, but still almost shapes the body to land on her feet. Got him all.
She used to bump like an ancient tree being felled. Honestly. Hopeless professional wrestler.
Thus the best worker in the match.
But with, of course, Team NXT being 1-0 down, my heart was in my mouth throughout this match. The champions.
Billy Kay is the Sycamore Gap. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Who do we describe as the Sycamore Gap? Yeah, Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Whereas Billy Kay is the NX tree.
Nice.
Thank you.
So it was champions, Kalani Jordan from TNA.
Bloody hell, don't shot me down.
Sycamore Gap.
Good. The champions, Kalani Jordan and JC Jane.
Santino Marella. Sycamore Gap.
Sycamore Gap.
Sorry, Wilbourn.
It's in Newcastle.
I'll try again. The champions, Kalani Jordan and JC Jane. There we go.
Sorry.
Kick things off. Jordan gets the upper hand. There's a blind tag in there from Lola Vice. And Jane's not happy about it, but she gives up the ring. And she gets taken down by the Iconics, and they pose.
Oh my God.
Are there Iconics music?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, because nobody would have known what the inspiration was.
Honestly, greatest female tag team in history.
Have you heard of the Crush Gals?
Nope.
Oh, God. What a perfect sequel to you lying while staring at a cage match. No, what's better than intelligence? It's ignorance.
Everyone comes in at one point. Big stare down, big brawl.
Good stuff.
Sol Ruka hits a huge dive onto the pile. Another one from Kalani Jordan to take us to break. When we come back from the break, Jada Parker drops the teardrop on both of the Iconics. Mara Sade comes in to break it up. Doesn't quite get all of it with a moonsault on Jada Parker.
God almighty.
As they were talking her up as well.
She's going to the top book because she wants to prove everybody wrong that she should have made a difference here in NXT. What the was that? She got to stretch her hands out so her fingernails were crazy.
It counted.
I did a flipping front back rake. Wow.
There's a Falcon Arrow from Jada Parker because she's obviously unaffected by the moonsault. Kalani breaks it up with a splash. Everyone comes in and hits move. There's a missile dropkick from Sol Ruka, big boot from McKay. Vice hits a skull-crushing finale, basically. Step up Enziguri, running knee strike, code breaker. Parker hits the Hypnotique. Then Marashali rolls up Jada Parker to get the first pinfall, but then pretty much immediately gets hit with the Soul Snatcher to be eliminated. 3-3. I think that takes us to another break. When we come back, Lola Vice comes in with clearing house with kicks. She puts McKay in one corner, Kalani Jordan in the other, smashing with her arse. Lee comes in, and Vice catches her with a spinning back fist to eliminate her. And then the other member of the Iconics is eliminated by submission, I think it was from Lola Vice, which leaves Kalani Jordan, the sole representative of TNA. The Iconics,
Thanks for coming, losers.
The Iconics cause a distraction on their way out, which draws Jordan Gray. She misses Kalani Jordan getting the visual pinfall on JC Jane. Jordan gets sent to the outside. I think JC Jane tweaked her ankle somewhere in all this. Vice comes in. Jordan grabs Vice and puts her in an angle slam to eliminate her. There's Ruka and Jane, the last two remaining members of NXT. Sorry. Let's rewind. Kalani Jordan grabs Lola Vice, angle slam, 1, 2, 3, and the announcer goes, and your winners. And I was like, what? No, you meant to say, Lola Vice has been eliminated.
I think it's Kalani Jordan that just like immediately, and it's not her fault, but she drops character instinctively. As what? But the camera just happens to be focused right in her face, and she's kind of, what?
There's two of the members left.
Yeah, no.
And then I thought, oh, they've spoiled the finish.
Yeah.
No. Kalani Jordan goes up top. There's a Spanish fly as Ruka follows her up there. An attempt at 450, but Sol Ruka gets the knees up. Soul Snatcher on Kalani Jordan. Sol Ruka's won the match, but JC Jane, I'll take it from here, and gets the victory for Team NXT.
JC Jane, and Kazuchika Okada having the same finish on
Oh,
Tuesday
yeah.
night. There's a lot of similarities between their work at the moment, I would say.
That was probably before, so probably Okada was watching and thought, I'll have that for later.
Good point. I like Survivor Series matches. A lot of people don't. I think you can book them and make them interesting. This was yet again
Not bad.
full of botches that like really broke the immersion. But stuff like I predicted yesterday that they should start the match hot with a instant Soul Snatcher elimination of one of the TNA wrestlers. But
Well, you said both the Iconics, actually.
that was
I
it.
said,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Double Soul Snatcher in the corner, bang. But like the first pin immediately gets hit with it. That's like Survivor Series matches are good for stuff like that. You get more
And the Mike Knox elimination we were watching the other day.
brilliant.
Good stuff. You know who was in the match?
Multiple swings of the drama can be quite good, all that kind of thing. The botches were bad.
Meanwhile, Triple H got his big knob.
Yeah, huge cock.
Kelly, get your tits out, and then I'll show you my enormous penis as it pertains to what's down there.
Turns out this team's got a sixth member.
That's not bad. Too good for him to say. He should have said it. It's not funny, though. You know, Triple H, because I don't care about this. It's my job to get. I just don't. Triple H, I've discovered, is like, he's got that awful curse where,
It can't work.
well, that's one of them. And a lot goes into it, of course. Is that he has actually got a shred of comedic timing. Like that, you know, that when Moxley says, the worst thing I ever did in WWE was let them know I had a shred of comedic timing, because Triple H has got that. He's got a shred, a shred, but he's too detestable, smug and arrogant and crude and just awful to be an action. Like, he can't punch up either to ever be actually funny. But because he's so powerful, we've had to endure this curse that he has for 29 years now?
Yeah.
No, 30.
30 years.
30 years. Triple H. Ain't my life.
Same amount of time as the Hardy Boys. They were doing job skis by 95.
Here they are.
The homemade plaid tights.
Here they are. This match was...
So again, I was like, Survivor Series matches are quite light. You can build stories within them. It's evidently not easy to work, but easy.
It is if you're talented. Easy. I've seen it loads of times.
Easy to have like stories.
It's true.
Emerging from it. I like JC Jane and Sol Ruka winning and the way they did it, and there's a match there, and like while Sol Ruka looks like she can't be stopped really on course to winning the NXT title.
They're easy.
But there's a fouad happening with her and Zarya and whatever. So I didn't mind that. This is what you should use these matches for. The problem was they were also working on Jordan Grace and Kalani Jordan, possibly for the TNA title.
Yes.
Which might be something to that. But because there'd been about 6 other occasions where Jordan Grace wasn't where she needed to be, the time when she was supposed to not be where she needed to be for the work just looked like another time where she was carefully listening to instructions in a headset before she moved into the next position. So the work looked too much like a shoot. And then Kalani Jordan was like, where were you, man? I was like, I don't know either. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to...
I'll save the swearing.
Thank you.
If I can help it. I helped it there. The match was bad.
Yeah.
The match was just like, even when it weren't botchy, it's just move and then do another move, and then do your little pose, and then do a move, and then do a counter to the move, and then do some hysterical acting. God, it's just, it hurts my soul to watch this.
I enjoyed the joke that, TNA's ruined NXT, but like, I still actually believe it. Like, he said once the TNA wrestlers were out the way and we were back to the main NXT, this always happens. Like, whenever there's like interpromotional stuff, like when the TNA, like, wrestlers move over there and you say, oh yeah, they're the NXT, I want to watch them next week. And you remember like what this looked like as a smaller, more contained roster full of people that you could actually focus on before somebody else just turned up from TNA. Like, I don't care massively what Josh Briggs is going to do next, but I wish it wasn't Matt Cardona.
Well, we're about to get to that. Well, I should say, by the way, we should have guessed this yesterday in terms of, because we worked out like, right, well, I said tag titles go this way, North American title goes this way. The other 2 matches are going to be split, obviously. Yeah. We should have said that the women, because they liked saying how great the NXT women's division is.
That's a good point, yeah. Because I called the exact finish of the men's one, but I just thought TNA would win, but in that way that like they get like a hair ruffler of a night. Well done. You won Showdown. Maybe Bound for Glory won't be I think it probably still will.
Yeah.
We go to...
Wilbourn loved this show, so he's going to watch Bound for Glory in full.
I'm going to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. We go to Ava. Matt Cardona's in there. She's not buying Matt Cardona's apology for getting involved in Josh Briggs and Miles Bourne last week. I can't remember exactly what she said, but...
I'm not buying the apology.
Yeah. Cardona basically claims he wanted to be part of Team TNA. Josh Briggs storms in, and Cardona hides behind the door. Briggs doesn't care about Team NXT. He got screwed last week, and Ava tells Briggs, you can have a match with Matt Cardona next week.
You could have a match with Matt Cardona next week.
Briggs leaves, and I chuckled when Matt Cardona says, I love this place. Obviously.
That's how easy it is.
Honestly, he was one of the marks in the Manhattan Center in 2019.
A lot of love for your T-shirt Joey thing last week, by the way.
Is
I
there?
saw that. Yeah.
Where?
Good.
In the comments?
In the comments.
Thank you. That's made us happy there. Honestly, it's just the brainwashing that this promotion has on you, Matt Cardona, like almost all of the wrestlers. Like it's so boring as well. What's wrong with him?
Like, yes, I hid behind a door. Like, all those doors he's had to go through in GCW where they don't use the tables. And all along, I should have just hid behind one in the performance center.
Yeah.
That's what he's been chasing.
That's what he's going to do after his match next week. Don't make me leave.
He becomes Ava's third assistant.
Can I do anything before I go? Then we got the North American title on the line. Ethan Page versus Mustafa Ali. Love this match.
You like, I don't know if this was in defense of an otherwise terrible show, but I was impressed with how much you loved this match. You said this was a match of the year candidate for you.
I was reading.
His words.
The what was it? Wrestling Observer write-up. An incredible match, a match of the year contender for NXT.
It's not just you saying it then.
No, it's just me. Match of Tuesday night, without question.
It's up there.
Yeah, it is really.
Yeah.
Sort of technical clinic early on. Ali comes out on top. It's a cutter and a standing moonsault. He drags Paige out the ring, slams his hand against the apron. Paige fights back, yells at the commentary team. Ali hits a spinning DDT on the outside, throws him back in the ring. But as he goes up top, Paige trips him. I did like the bit where he spun him. You know, normally they like just wrap their legs around the ring post. Spun him and just sent him face or throat first into the ring post.
Yeah.
Take us into a break. We come back and Ali somehow hits a sunset powerbomb. He can't believe it either. Goes up top again, but Paige hits the ropes, crotching him, obviously. Paige wants the backbreaker over the turnbuckle. Ali blocks. So Paige snake eyes it, hits the snake eyes on the turnbuckle. Super kick. But Ali bridges out. Paige can't believe it, but he collapses. Paige starts talking trash. Ali fights back with a tornado DDT. Misses the 450, but he gets the Hurricane Rana and a super kick. Twisted Grin gets counted into a roll-up for 2. There's a rough-looking suicide dive from Ali onto Paige over the announcer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was good.
No, he gave his body to that one.
Oh, aye.
And as Ali sends Paige back into the ring, Vic Joseph,
Oh, God, he's awful.
like, what do you make of that, Buck? And you just hear like, because Ollie's got like all the cords and the headset wrapped around his legs, and in trying to untangle himself from that, Paige just shoves him. He goes flying out of the ring, basically onto the barricade on the outside. Paige
Missed it, but still a good fun bump for me.
chucks him back in. Twisted Grin, 1, 2, 3.
Talking about watching things twice, I skimmed the highlights of this again on my dinner because I was quite bored watching this originally. It was like, it's the best of what's left on this show, having a moves match, and then you were so high in it. I thought, I want to have nice things to say about this in contrast to all the other awful things I'm going to say. I just, I felt sorry for, not you, but the NXT core fan base of which you are part of. And
You already said awful ones. Doesn't matter.
that bump was impressive.
Yeah.
And it speaks to clearly what was asked for by Mustafa Ali here, which we did talk about this morning.
Yes.
Which we saw a bit of last week, and we saw even more of in the match, which is Shawn Michaels saying, remember before you did all this presidential political crap? Remember that? Just do that. I don't care what you're doing, Tally. I think it's absolute mate. Go out there and
I book NXT.
And because I think the ground that covers. Yeah, Ali? I've seen you suit and booted promos. I think mate. Go and just do your flips and that, and you might get your job back. So he did. And the match was better for it because of the babyface heel dynamic. And Ethan Page, and again, I kind of got this on my dinner because I have been not unkind, it's how I feel. But when Ethan Page is advertised, I don't want to watch. What he's got is like what I feel about Kyle Fletcher, but very, 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 very diluted in that the work is more boring, but he does try and do that. Oh, you're a nasty piece of work.
Yeah.
You are trying to be like just vicious and mean and like extra. You do the stuff and you do put that little cruel snap on it. It's just not as anywhere near as thrilling as Kyle Fletcher's version of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think it helped that Ali was doing the kind of gutsy baby face because that puts that side of things over. This had those things with the moves.
Yeah, honestly, I was quietly impressed with this. So much so that, well, it's probably not the best reflection of Mustafa Ali's fabled post-WWE run that I watched this match and remember that he was good. So, usually it's the opposite, isn't it? You leave WWE, then you prove you're good, and then people want you to be back or go elsewhere. So, it's not gone very well for him.
No.
But I will say that this is quite creative. He sounds like such an asshole. He really tried his hardest. Like you could tell without like doing too much stupid, like, that sort of ratings checklist.
Oh,
Star
yeah.
ratings checklist.
This wasn't
of, like,
that.
near fall. None of that. He just worked within the role he should have played super, super, super hard. And the stuff with the cables, it's either, right, a really inspired good idea or a dumb idea, depending on, it's never happened. But you need to politicize the result of a match like this. I bought it for the first couple of seconds. I was like, that's what they're going for.
The fabled Sidgwick noises.
That's the noises I made. Hey, you gotta describe it with noises.
Yeah.
You gonna sit there like Drain Maker? just making stuff up. Yeah.
You like organic environmental stuff as well.
Yes.
And again, to your point, well,
it's not like Russia's green cables.
Yeah. I missed that.
it's like gazillion table spots ever, and this has never happened before, so it's reasonable to think that it won't happen to you. And oh God, it has. Yeah.
No, I thought this was really quite well done on the whole.
I love that green cable. This is handy.
Again. We go to the back after this, and there's Dr. Wagner Jr. being interviewed about his problems with Ethan Page, and he says to Sarah Schreiber he's coming for that North American title. Lexis King comes in and accuses him.
Who's that?
Says he thinks it's Tavian Heights, basically. Accuses him like learning Spanish and stuff like that, and Dr. Wagner Jr. just leaves, and then Tavian appears behind Lexis King.
There's a couple of things I really liked about this. I genuinely like the follow-up from last week's Tavian Heights War of the Gear, and Lexis King just assuming that he's been in it all week because he's thick. But also another runner with Lexis King of him profoundly failing to communicate with people and not understanding why. So like all the times that like he didn't realise / believe that Miles Bourne was deaf, or now like Dr. Wagner Jr.'s like, is this guy? I'm off. Like you have to be really careful normally just being out and out, this guy sucks. But like they do it with Lexis King and it tends to add rather than take away. He's done it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels has done it with Lexis King.
I like Lexis King.
Yeah.
After a break, we see the Team NXT, the women's team of NXT, sort of celebrating in the back. JC Jane basically taking all the credit, saying, see you around, Sol Ruka. Zarya comes in. Didn't they just become like number one contenders?
Yeah, she's pissed off about something else that we must have not been aware of off camera because, they've never been better.
She's like, making new friends, are you? Huh? And Sol quite rightly says, I thought we squashed our beef on SmackDown. We're going to become the women's tag team champions when who should reappear but Blake Monroe. She's back. She's like, 2 titles, now you want a third. She says, you remind me of Jordan Gray. She's so bloody greedy. Blake says that Zarya will never get what she wants as long as Sol continues to use her. Zarya's like, Blake's just trying to stir things up, obviously. She only cares about Sol's titles. And Blake says, not all of them. Not the speed one.
Really weird burial of that belt, wasn't it?
Just the
just that one.
Just the women's North American title. And she sort of says, see how long this friendship lasts, shall we?
Like, you can sort of see the order of things here, and it's not so bad, is it? Like, Sol Ruka's next two opponents are clear. They're either split with Zarya or they're good enough as a tag team that they just make up to the main roster and they abandon the split like they did with Fraxin, kind of. And Blake Monroe presumably occupies this spot as North American, while Jordan Grace long-term probably wins the world, and then...
Off JC Jane?
Yeah, they're all starting to fall into place, aren't they? Yeah. Very old peace skis.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
I've got this phone call.
no vibration, though.
Next night it's on silent. And
Well, how do you know? Because it was upside down, so...
Just you can sense it in it when I'm on the watch.
Could flash up, I can see from here when you call flashes up.
But it's vibrations, you can't feel it, pal. So I've got this foot in the door event. It's Sunderland Uni next week.
Yeah, we'll just...
I better take this because this will be, this time next week. I'll
ring
be
them
there.
back, ring them
They
back.
wouldn't want you to do it in the middle of a podcast. That's the opposite of what you're going to be explaining to people.
And I'm like one of the top people at the thing, so I'll take this and you talk more about Sol Ruka, Zarya and Blake Monroe.
I thought somebody got you in as a favour, proper Nepo hire, if anything. Didn't even go to the university.
Yeah, he didn't.
No,
so
I did. He didn't recommend
his
me.
tenuous links to hang around with young people is evaporating, if you ask me. That's all I'm saying. Where did he...
Any more thoughts on this? Where are you at with Blake Monroe currently? That's where he left us.
Just crap, man. I said, right, I'm not saying I get everything right. saying I'm an oracle. That's what other people say. I knew, and I said, they're Blake Monroe, Mariah May, and the Fed. Bad combination. I'm not saying she's not talented enough where she only needs, or she can only have Toni Storm to do well. She had other good matches outside of the Toni Storm series. However, her individual promo game in AEW was bad. And I remember once saying on a Dynamite review, I felt sorry for her because it was one of big, was it a very first post-turn promos where it just was not very good at all. Yeah. And I said, look, like they've put her on TV a lot, but they've never given her a live mic. So this is almost inevitable that it's gone so badly for her. And she always had this sort of very, very, like Toni Storm can be heightened but she had this very sort of arch delivery.
She enjoyed the cadence of the mid-2000s as a fan.
Yes, that's the thing.
Nobody like that.
Nah.
Yeah.
So whenever she spoke in segments without Toni Storm, it was often brutal's not good, but way more WWE than AEW, and I mean that negatively. And I just thought that partnership would bring out the worst in Blake Monroe, and to a degree, here we are.
Hey, what do you make of the showcase and showdown last night, huh?
Needed you to be better.
It did. Where were you?
Yeah,
Yes.
It would have been so much better if I was kind of busy laying pipe, you know what I mean? And
I
don't.
I was having intercourse with Ariana Grace.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, though, hey, can't wait for tomorrow, guys. Really looking forward to tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow is National Harry Potter Book Day, huh?
Ah.
Love those books, huh? What are you? Whether you're a Gryffindor, a Ravenclaw, a Hufflepuff, or maybe the missus will open her legs and I'll slither in. Sidge, what's the deal with Harry Potter?
You seem to know more about it than me, actually, Stacked. But it's a series of children's books that were then adapted into motion pictures. 7 of them. I never cared for them.
Seven of them.
Jesus. I was too old. Frankly, I was already on King by the time the first Potter title.
Lexus King.
No, Stephen King. By the time the first Potter title was published, it's about a kid who discovers he's magic, and then he goes to a school where all adventures and quests and dramas all happen. So I don't know much about Harry Potter, basically. It's a series about a kid who's a magic kid who wears glasses. I have a story, as you can tell, having grown up around the age where kids beneath me, not in age, but, you know, status, started reading the Harry Potter books, which I never really cared to do.
Yeah.
I started wearing glasses in like year 10, year 11. Sophomore, I don't know. But I would get Potter. So you wear glasses, you get Harry Potter. That's what it is, right? I remember going in 2012 with the missus and her friends, my friends too, to a music festival called Primavera. It's usually in Barcelona, I think, but they did it like in Porto. So I went to Portugal, Hugoland, in 2012. And it was class, a music festival where you get to get the bus home and go to a hotel. Oh my God, that was living.
That's what I call every Leeds Fest post 2010.
Yeah, that is living. Livin, living. So Stacks, I wasn't like, you know, getting like, you know, crepes or burgers from the stand. I was like, you know, let's go for like a lovely meal before the festival, an indoor place. So I went to some place or other in Porto. Really nice city. One of the nicest bookshops I've ever been in my life, by the way. Wonderful. Food, not the best place I've ever eaten, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I digress. So I sit down, drinks, food, go to see bloody beach house later. That's going to be cool. Really good. Oh, need a piss, right? Go for a piss. Come back out. My table's like at the other end of the room. And in front of my table, with my party on, there's a woman and a man on a date, or the friends, or whatever. There's a man and a woman sat down. So I walk over to my table, but in order to get to my table stacks, I have to walk past this woman and a partner or a date or whatever. And so I'm walking back, right? Where are my glasses? And I can just hear her talking because I'm in earshot. And I don't know how to speak Portuguese, right? So I'm trying not to be offensive or anything, but I'll just do a little bit of like pigeon span or what span. Amore, Dios mío, Harry Potter. And I went, it's the same in English, you know? The miss was like, Michael, it's like she was being rude first. It's the same in English. So that's the deal with Harry Potter.
Top that stacks.
See you later, guys.
I was livid. Absolutely livid. Here I am, going a little hipster.
He started it.
It's good to see my little hipster bands, you know. This is pre kids. I'm still in my 20s. I can still pass for cool at this point. So I'm frankly, I'm feeling a little bit cool on this holiday. You know, go to see Beach House, Shellac, M83, Wilco, Sessions. You know, I'm going to. I'm doing some cool stuff in a cool place, dress cool, at an age where I can still pass for cool, and some prick calls me Harry Potter. I was devastated. Anyway, that's a deal with Harry Potter.
That's one of those things as well. When if someone else hears it, that's sticking like for the duration of that thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she
That
said,
ain't going away.
she said to her partner, "Movie chair Harry Potter wants to get past."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You prick.
You guys know what the most far-fetched thing is about Harry Potter, huh? That a ginger would have two friends, huh? That's a good joke. Question joke number one, Sidge. Why would Harry Potter make a great mafia boss?
Right. Harry Potter, magic, spells.
Wizard.
What's his house?
I don't know. He goes to Hogwarts, doesn't he? What that Stacks did some of that was a Slytherin.
Hogwarts. I think Stacks, there was a little something about
I think
them.
there might be one of them coming later.
What's the setup for this specific show?
Why would Harry Potter make a great mafia boss, huh?
Expecto Patronum, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Good night, right? Why would Harry Potter make a great mafia boss? Because he always catches the snitch.
That's something to do with it.
Oh, that's the
Quidditch. You catch it. Tell it to your kids.
Yeah.
Question joke number two.
They don't know
Tell
about the mafia yet.
Yeah.
Heather, what's the best known sex position in Harry Potter?
Well, they're all kids, so.
Not the adults.
Well, I don't know.
So not the adults.
Well,
the
there's
kids.
Alan Rickman.
Not the adult.
Not the
No.
adults.
Oh!
How many adults are there? Alan Rickman, couple of teachers.
Hagrid.
Yeah, crackers in it.
Alan Rickman and a couple of teachers.
I don't know nothing about it.
That's Die Hard, everybody.
No, I have to. I know of it because you see it in like Twitter, and you know you can't escape it really. But my only knowledge firsthand of Harry Potter is, oh god, the kids are watching a film.
Yeah.
Yes, Twitter.
Yes, you do not want to watch it with them, do you? It's boring when
It
it's
bores
on
me.
Harry Potter.
Bores me.
What's the setup against Stacks?
It sounds like a nonsense joke to me.
What is the best known sex position in Harry Potter?
Pass. Oh, well, it's like a magic, like sex position. It's generally like a sex position, but with like a magic spin on the wordplay.
Again, I still think it's dicey ground.
Yeah. It can't be though. I believe in Stacks. I don't think he's going to go.
What's the setup, Stacks?
What is the best known sex position in Harry Potter?
Position.
Uh,
I really thought you were going to go for something like Avada Kedavra. Like it's like sex, but it's
yeah, like the spell, but like coming. Oh dear me! I want to try and get this. All the positions, all three of them. 16, feel like 69 is part of the punchline here. I sure hope not.
Platform, isn't it like platform 69 and a half?
Ah! Platform 69 and a
69, a little
half.
bit more. 69
Good
and a
night,
half.
Ray. 519
69
3/4,
3/4,
dumbass. The best known sex position in Harry Potter is, of course, Dobby style. Dobby the house elf. You put a sock on it. That's the position. Question joke number 3. Gotta blow up my spot here, guys. What do Harry Potter and Kermit the Frog's penis have in common?
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts feelings, guys.
Oh, dear. I mean, he was a bit doomed after you told your story there, Sidge.
True, but he was telling jokes about Harry Potter and sex positions. What we're doing here? Isn't he like 12 years old?
Thin ice.
I know he turns older in the last one, but he's still in school.
He's still like freshman at best or something. Whatever.
Freshman.
Freshman.
Well, if it's like English schools, right? And it's year 13, you turn 18 in year 13.
Yeah.
So what if it's like, what if they turn 18 in like May and he's telling that joke in September? He's a nonce. Anyways. Bye, Stacks. Took him a little while to leave there.
We've done some calendar maths on you.
Right.
So I will.
Stacks. Come in.
Stacks was here.
You missed him yet again. What was
All
the
good.
exact, why did it take that long?
Just confirm some details for next week.
What details?
Just, what I'll be involved with.
What will you be involved with? That's what I'm asking.
Just
every
help,
day.
just shaping young minds.
What's that?
What are you doing, sorry?
Yeah, what was that?
Shaping young minds. All right.
I was.
Looking forward to heading back to uni. What are you
Sure
up
you
to?
are, you take bollocks.
You talked about Blake Monroe and all that?
Yeah, we don't rate her.
Yeah, he said that about Ricky Saints, didn't he? And he's NXT World Champion. So
He's still not very good.
Stouts on
I
that.
think
There.
he dethroned Obafemi, mate. So can't be that bad.
fake,
Right.
so.
Speaking of Ricky Saints, he was in the what?
Say that, Mick. That's a Booker T.
Yeah, I love
It's
that.
fake. I think I've got the facts right on that one, Book. It's a work, you stupid.
Main event in the evening.
Quick one today.
all on the line. Team NXT 2-1 up.
Yeah.
As we head into this. All to play for. Men's elimination match. It was Team NXT with captain and NXT champion Ricky Saints, co-captain and TNA world champion Trick Williams, Miles Bourne and Javon Evans taking on Team TNA, that being Mike Santana, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater with Joe Hendry as the special guest referee.
Yes.
Thoughts on Joe's performance?
Well, for a man who will appear if you say his name near a fridge, he often wasn't where he needed to be when presumably a lot of people were saying his name. I have gained off the back of this episode of NXT, like genuinely here, a new respect for decades of guest referees because I've never seen it look like such a tough job.
Yeah.
As I did on, maybe it's a Survivor Series stipulation and so you've not just got two wrestlers and the directions you're taking in your ear and whatever else.
Or it could be NXT just makes a complete hash of literally.
Yeah, maybe the whole thing just
literally
went
everything.
Tits up.
Tits up?
There were points where it was distracting how him and Jordan Grace were like, get over there. Count them on the turnbuckle or something. Just like, not like a weather forecaster, like waiting for direction in front of a green screen. Stuff happening around you and you're involved. I don't blame, it's not their job. I know they're in there with referees all the time and they know the role of the referee. So, but they're not referees, they're wrestlers. But historically, it just looks like something wrestlers do, doesn't it? Yeah. This looked like a tough night.
Looked like we're going to start off with a sort of Bound for Glory X Division title preview. Javon Evans and Leon Slater kicking us off, but before they can do anything, Trick Williams and Kaz come in. They start brawling. Miles Bourne comes in, hits an atomic drop and a neck breaker on Kaz, but they isolate Bourne in the Team TNA corner. In comes Team NXT, big brawl that concludes with Bourne hitting a big flip dive to the floor and a flipping neck breaker when he comes in, but he walks into a slingshot cutter from Kaz to be immediately eliminated before the break.
Nick Breaker. Jay White.
You kind of knew, like old Survivor Series heads will know that you knew Miles Bourne was getting eliminated for the first ads because you get that House of Fire. It's like, okay, get your stuff and good. So you sort of knew that was happening.
We come back from the break, and Kaz is working over Javon, getting mad at Joe Hendry, and I think he caught him using his feet on the ropes for leverage at 1.2. Slater comes in, gets beaten up by Trick Williams. Oh, did you like the matching jerseys for Team NXT?
They're ready for war. I should have checked ahead of time what the numbers were, because they're normally the wrestlers allowed a bit of expression there, aren't they? What number means? Like, you think of the Inner Circle in Stadium Stampede, all the numbers were
69.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, favorite number is it?
Dinner for two with a beautiful view, 69.
First time you ever told me that, I was dead. I was dead.
That was Bongo's Bingo, actually. That's where I got that from. Oh, I miss Bongo's Bingo.
Still running,
Is there any other rude numbers?
420. What happens when that happens?
Stoned already.
Can you remember any of the Bongo's Bingo, like, funny numbers? Because I'm assuming they must have one for all the numbers. It can't, like, rather than generic bingo calls.
I can't. Apart from 69, no. I'm usually pissed off my head.
He's a lad, isn't he?
He's a total, he is a total
Not now,
lad.
responsible father.
You watch Boogie Nights, bro.
I do. I'll get around to it.
It's like it's the most Wilbourn film ever. We
I
told
saw-
Phil Chambers that he hadn't watched it, and Phil Chambers, I've never seen him express so much emotion in his life.
I finally watched the catfish thing.
Oh, it's tremendous.
Yeah.
What a piece of work she is.
Yep. Can't be doing that. Real big.
It's the worst, one of the worst things you could do.
Yep. It's incredible television. You should watch the Netflix Catfish documentary.
There's two of them. Jesus. So you want to differentiate?
Well, I don't want to spoil. What
Is
is
it high school catfish or something?
might be, yeah.
Unknown number.
Unknown number.
The high school
Unknown
catfish,
Yeah, watch that.
Yeah, the original Catfish is what sparked the TV series, or was it
Oh,
the other
that
way
film.
around?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
You ever watched Catfish TV show?
no, is that just
Great.
Is it the film, but like
Yeah, they
regular
help somebody
versions?
else that can, like, wonders if they're being catfished.
Yeah.
They always are.
Yeah,
That's the twist.
yeah.
It was like, well, me and Katy Perry have been going back and forth for 6 months now.
yeah.
I love that. That's one of my favorite ones. Because like, it's not Katy Perry, right? He's like, I'm still pretty sure it's Katy Perry. There's some gold in them hills, man. My God. Like some of these people.
Strange old world.
Yeah, some of these
Remember
people.
that fan who speared Seth Rollins because he thought he had owed him money or something?
What?
Oh, is that the story behind it?
Yeah. He like got tricked by an account, the Seth Rollins account, so he got
What an
Do you
idiot!
remember when he was doing
remember the spear. I
he was
didn't
coming
know that
back
was like-
he was coming back from a match and
Yeah.
the guy ran.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
The Eggman.
Yeah, why not?
You know, he did.
All right, sorry. If you say so, buddy.
We'll go. I have to go upstairs and watch him.
Because he got him, didn't he?
Yeah, he nailed him.
Yeah.
It
Absolutely
was a
nailed
proper
him.
spear.
Nice little bowling ball.
Um,
Farrakhan, correct?
Yeah, I'm sure that was because he like got him with one of
wow.
those accounts where he basically loaned him money or something, and it obviously wasn't Seth Rollins. So.
What's it
you
there?
said you needed some
Nicholas?
freaking cash. What's the problem?
I love that everyone's thinking the whole world of WWE is real. It's like, I know where he works. He works at Monday Night Raw. I'm going to get him.
But I'll have to wait till Monday to get him.
Is there a half similar thing where you know when they do those like those little vox pop things where like the people will be on the street and go, "Hi, what's your body count?" and stuff like that. There's one where it's like they go up to couples and it's like, "Would you read each other's messages and trust each other and stuff like that?" And there's this goes to this couple. The woman's like, "Yeah, I would." And the guy's like, "Oh shit, how the hell did I get roped into this?" Goes, "I'll show you your phone." And she's like, "Who's And it's like, I don't know which wrestler it is, but who's this? It's like, oh, it's WWE wrestler, whoever. It's like, you're not talking to her. And it's like, well, I am. Look. And the guy was getting catfished by like someone pretending to be a women's wrestler.
Oh, my God.
And he was like flirting with her. It's like, imagine pissing it all away for someone pretending to be it. And the wife was devastated. Wife for like 7 years or something. I need to find this.
And he'd been caught on the internet. It's not even like she's just seen the
A
message.
cheater and a loser at the same time.
And viral for those things.
Going viral for being a cheater and a deluded fantasist loser. Jesus Christ.
It's a bad day, that, isn't it?
You just emigrate.
Just to clarify as well, to go back to it, the guy, apparently the Seth Rollins guy, lost $3,000 in gift cards to the imposter.
Jesus.
Fake Seth Rollins asking him for like discount cards. You can't actually send cash, you'll have to send a gift card.
He's coming out with all that gear on.
Big red shoes.
Yeah, he's got the big red shoes and like the Eggman's going like, I got him those.
just the one though.
Need $2,000 for trousers that say SR. You got it.
Need additional $400 for massive hat that makes me look like even more of a complete dickhead. Thank you.
Need $350 for T-shirt that says "Believe in the Shield." Where are you going to get it? Macy's, after whatever. Toys R Us. Any old voucher will do.
Starbucks.
I'm going to do something about this.
I don't know where you are.
Sorry. Imagine he's like watching WrestleMania. Imagine he's watching like WrestleMania a year later. He's like, "Come on, Cody, get him!" Like, you can do it. I'll help you next time. Tag me in.
Buzzing when Roman hits him with the
Yeah,
chair.
exactly. Finally, someone's done something about this. Oh God.
Javon Evans flies in. Moose pulls him out of the air. He hits a Hurricane Rana on Moose, but Slater rolls up Javon Evans to eliminate him. NXT 4-2 down.
Bound for Glory, them two.
Is it Bound for Glory?
Leon Slater and Javon Evans.
Oh, it should be class.
Yeah.
Should be class.
Means that Leon's not free for some Red Pro dates. What could that mean? It's always the same.
It's because there's a big showdown going on in wrestling right now, of course.
When we come back from the break, Trick Williams wants to tag Ricky Saints in, but Kaz pulls him off, and Williams is in trouble. Hits a back cutter, though.
Wanky Kazarian.
In comes Ricky Saints. He hits a Falcon Arrow on Leon Slater. Slater kicks out. Saints off the ropes, he gets hit in the back by Kaz, and Slater hits a Utopia Slam. Ricky Saints wants to tag out to Trick Williams, but at that moment, he hops off the apron. He quits Team NXT and he walks out.
Just stop it there. It's not quite at that moment, is it? They botch it. It's one of my favourite spots in all of wrestling because of how simple and effective it is. The reach of the Ricky Morton reach of the babyface drop. You know, you've seen it a million times. It's always great. It's always effective, unless the babyface actually tags before the person drops off the apron. Then it's legal tag, and it's on the referee not to spot that. Joe Hendry touched him, and then Trick was like, "What?" And then Ricky's going, "Oh,
That's the Wrestle Dream finish, innit?
yeah,
Bitch.
And plot hole, because Trick Williams, by abandoning Ricky Saints, has made his own job at the TNA pay-per-view tougher. Because surely you want to, beat up Mike Santana to soften him up for your title defense, Trick Williams' TNA title defense, and the last thing you want to do is give him all of this confidence, but baddies are baddies, and none of the storyline makes any sense. So, that's stupid.
Maybe he wants to win the NXT title as well. Soften up Ricky Saints.
I mean, yeah.
What's it called? Option 3 or whatever it is.
Option C.
Yeah, that one.
He can't have that. You've got to be the X Division champion for that.
Who cares?
I mean, fair point.
So it's 1-on-4 at this point.
Yep.
Kaz puts a choke on Saints, but he rolls through and pins him to get the first elimination for Team NXT. Slater dives in, sets him up in the corner, charges at him, knocks him down, goes up top for a swanton, but Saints gets his knees up and pins Leon Slater. Moose comes in, hits a backsplash, but Saints fights back. Moose goes for a powerbomb and Saints reversed it into a huge DDT. Goes for the pin, but Santana breaks it up. Santana comes in, hits a belly to back face plant for 2. Goes for a powerbomb, but Saints flips out of that, hits a super kick. It all breaks down. Moose spears Santana by mistake. Then Santana shoves Saints into Moose, who hits a powerbomb. And Santana hits the spin the block to get the 1-2-3. And the win to tie things up at this showcase that is Showdown for Team TNA.
I like the last stretch of this because it resembled an actual Survivor Series match before they got ruined by Raw versus SmackDown. Like when it was baby faces and heels, you would get typically one match on a show full of them where a babyface would have seemingly insurmountable odds to either overcome. Obs.
What are they?
They're the ops if you've got
Obs and
cold.
Ebens.
Yeah.
Starring Unai Emery.
You
get it?
You'd overcome the obs
Good evening.
or you'd lose. And it only made sense when Ricky Saints was down 4-1 and you've actually got a babyface. He's the NXT champion in NXT against these invaders, these showcases.
Yeah, that's what we call him. That's what we always said that, yeah.
So it's the only time the psychology of any of this made any sense. And I quite enjoyed it as a result. A bit of a hair ruffling night for Ricky Saints. God bless you. Really, really putting it together. Developmental. So yeah, didn't mind that.
He's 37 years old.
Yeah. And this was a bit of a road test for Mike Santana's probable signing, I would say as well. Like he's on course for signing that NXT contract by presumably defeating an NXT wrestler to win the TNA World title. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just... I don't get it in Ricky Saints, you know?
No.
Not anymore. Since he left the dub.
Get him in there with a punker again. That'll fix it.
He's just not good, I don't think.
I get
He's
it.
good. Everyone's good. But I just don't see it in him. I do not. Like, I feel like he's been polished off. Like, you know what I mean? He used to have this like ability, like properly emote mid-match. That's why you laughing at.
Can't control himself over that.
He used to really sense, used to really have struggle and fire in everything he did, like proper pro wrestler struggle and fire. I didn't see it in that finish against Obafemi. They barely acted during, like, between the DDT spots, really. Yeah. Didn't see it here.
Needs to be a part of the vision, you reckon? Look how it's worked for Roxanne Perez going up to the main roster, of course.
Was she in the vision?
No, but she's joined Judgment Day, a successful faction. Post-match, we go to the back, and the two showcasing GMs, Ava and Santino Marella, are there. And quite rightly, they congratulate each other on a brilliant show. And Ava asks Santino, can you bring the Knockouts division to NXT next week? Got a battle royal to determine the number one contender for the NXT Women's title at Halloween. Dino accepts to close out this show.
Like, so what a massive bloody waste of time.
Yeah.
Is that the conclusion?
Yeah, they're friends now. And we're going to have
They were friends before too, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
now
just a friendly rivalry showcase. That was not to get, mate.
And now the TNA guys are going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Let us know your thoughts on NXT Showdown in the comment section or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Or actually, they can follow all four of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
Michael Hamflett.
Follow Michael Sidgwick at
M. Sidgwick.
Follow our brilliant producer Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas.
and you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE and make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. The Dynamite review is available right now. But for now, this has been the NXT review. My thanks to Hamflett, to Sidgwick, to Stacks. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.